gonna just tackle everything. Miss Becca. I am a stay-at-home mom of 2. We have a lot of gardening updates coming. We're super new to gardening, but we're actually kind of getting the hang of it. We're gonna start landscaping our backyard, so there's gonna be a lot of that content coming. I love doing cleaning videos because they motivate videos. I love anything on a budget, DIY. Just a myriad of options. We have a ton of videos on my channel. If any of that interests you, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, stick around and say hello. I would love to get to know you, and let's just get started. I have a lot to do. So you'll see here I am just starting off the morning at the table. We've already done the kids' breakfast and we've done our homeschool reading for the day. I like to get them going before I really sit down and try to tackle anything. That way they can do their independent play while I'm kind of just taking a few minutes to myself. I am trying to work on taking a little bit more me time in the morning, and whether that's me, if you're a mom, you know, getting dressed or putting yourself together makes you feel better, or it can be me reading. Recently, I've really enjoyed a book I'll share with you in a second, or just planning out my day or reading my devotions. That 15 or 20 minutes before we really start our day is something that I think is extremely important to take for yourself. So I'm just kind of doing a brain dump. Like I said, I'm not really into planning right now. So I love these little notebooks. Dollar Tree has amazing planning sections. They're inexpensive and they function. I'm not going to get all of that done today, but you know, at least I can work on it throughout the week. The channel that I actually found, her name is Jess, or Jessica Sowards, I think is how you say her last name. Roots and Refuge. The information that she provides is just absolutely amazing. I've learned quite a bit, and we're at the point with our seedlings where we do actually need to transplant them to their final home. So I'm just trying to bury myself in knowledge. I'm planning out how I want my garden to look. Like I said, we have quite a bit of space to work with, so we are extremely excited to start. We're not going to, get everything done overnight, but we want fruit trees in the back. We are going to enclose it. We have to worry about quite a bit of wildlife here, like deer and foxes. So, and just for the sake of, the kids, I don't want the kids in the garden unattended, and, just bunnies. Everything is just better to have a fence, in my opinion. We have the wildflower garden that was kind of the start of this whole journey. And I would like to start with 2 raised garden beds. Eventually, I'd like to have 6, 3 on each side with a walkway down the middle. And I want like a cobblestone, almost cottage look walkway from the minute you open the gate all the way down. But that is, something that will come with time. I'd like to have a bistro set and a swing, and I've read quite a bit or seen in videos that a lot of people recommend that you have a place to sit in your garden, so you're not just always working, but you can actually enjoy what you are going to harvest. So while I'm reading or just planning out our day or the rest of the week, making appointments, whatever I feel needs to be done that morning so that I can take that time quietly to do so. My kids usually just do a lot of independent play. A lot of times I will just get our school ready. If we are going to sit down and do flashcards, or if my 3-year-old is going to be learning how to write, and we're currently working on writing tracing, he is excelling in quite a bit, so it's just nice to be ahead a few days. I don't structure our mornings completely. Like I said, it's very loose, but I do like to kind of have an idea of what I would like him to work on or what he's asked me about. A lot of times I will just kind of pick his brain, and what he's interested in is what we will learn, and I will find lessons and plan around that. Sweeping the floor, and sometimes if you're a mama, getting all of the toys in one pile is just treacherous. If you see my little guy in the background, then you'll see my oldest in a second. Ever since they were little, I don't know what it is about the broom and the vacuum. They are always and have always been obsessed with helping sweep and or vacuum. My oldest will take a baseball bat, the little plastic one that we've had since he was little, and he will follow me around the house with the bat, acting like he's vacuuming. It's super sweet. So they like to help, and I always make sure again that I do praise them for it because I think it's adorable. So we're just going to clean up this morning's activities, clean up my journaling and my books, put those things away, and then I will get started on cleaning the house. Days like this where I make massive to-do lists and it's just a brain dump of everything that I think I need to get done for the day, and then it turns into like, oh my goodness, this is a week's worth of chores. How am I going to get this done in one day? Or days that I need to remind myself that I can mark things off as I go. Everything doesn't need to be completed in one day and right now in this hour or these 2 hours. I'm really learning to have patience with myself and patience with my life, and knowing that having little ones running around underneath your feet 24/7 is such a blessing, but at the same time it can be hard to try to divert your time and your attention to keeping your home looking the way that you want it to, and also being in the moment with your littles. So just remember that you're doing amazing. Try to say this in every video because sometimes it really is just the only thing you can say to yourself, no matter what happens in your day or how your day goes and how you want it to flow versus reality, what your home looks like and what you aspire for it to look like. You just have to kind of step back and stop comparing yourself or giving yourself these astronomical expectations. Really just be okay with where you're at and what you're doing, and knowing that what you're doing is enough.
You were my best friend, didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you.
Then you'll be making progress. There's a channel, her name is She's in Her Apron, and she's extremely motivational with homemaking videos, and she always talks about progress over perfection. POP, I think, is what she calls it, and that really stuck with me when I was first becoming a mom, and I had my firstborn, and I was really just learning that I can strive for anything, but I need to know that along the journey, progress is better than perfection. So just keep that in mind.
I want to be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I won. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box, beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better, I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box, beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better, I dare you to be wilder. I want to be silly, baby, dance the night away. I'll kick my shoes off if I want. Let yourself be free, and maybe you will find that there is more to life than being pretty. Honey, let's just face it, you can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better, I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better, I dare you to be wilder.
Quick dinner, which was great, especially on days where you do map out a lot to do. So I just found we had some bacon and we have some hash browns left over in the freezer. We have leftover taquitos and always have rice and beans. One of the sausages, I'm going to try to use both of those this week, but kind of change up the way we're using them, use up a bunch of vegetables. And then I like to take inventory. 1 pound of ground beef. Again, my kids are super small, so that's usually 2 dinners for us. So we still have quite a bit of protein left over to carry us into next week. So I just like to take inventory of what we have. And if you didn't catch before, I did a pantry clean out and kind of like organize. I like to keep things on hand, especially that are shelf stable, so that I can shop my own pantry instead of going to the store every week looking for an entire meal. It's exhausting. So I like to just kind of know what we have on hand that's enough to feed our family, and in case of an emergency, we have what we need.
Change your mind. For love or pity, let me know. Not now. Cause your love made me go blind. What am I hearing? Saying you're moving back. When were you gonna tell me that? What am I hearing? It feels like a heart attack. Someone help me catch my breath again. How did you stop loving me? How is that even possible? Possible. How could we let love go? How could we move on? Move on. Why you wanna let me go? Now. Are you saying that to change your mind? Tell me now if you want out. What are you saying? Come on and spit it out. I'm about to lose my mind again. How did you stop loving me? How is that even possible?
Cleaning the bathroom is probably not one of my favorite chores. It's definitely something that just becomes monotonous. So always like to make sure that I have really good music on, and usually the kids are playing in their room or they're running around the house. They keep me super entertained. But what do you like to do when you clean? Tired of some of the music that I play, or I'll listen to like a YouTube video or something just to kind of have like background noise. Cleaning the bathroom is just one of those tasks that you do multiple times a week, and it just becomes so tedious sometimes, but I do definitely love when I can smell everything is fresh and clean in the house. It actually makes me very happy.
I get so caught up in the middle, thinking of drowning in those blue eyes. I'm losing sight 'cause I am falling. I'm so deep down, deep down. And it's not a lie that I die. I can't hide what this is. Yeah, I keep drowning in those blue eyes, and you can tell me all of your lies. I will put out all of the fire if it gets too dark. I'll be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too dark, I'll be your light. Be your light.
Like I mentioned before, we had amazing weather, so took the boys outside to check on our garden. They absolutely love checking on it. They made these flower boxes. If you didn't know, Home Depot actually every first Saturday of the month they have these DIY kits where they make kits for kids to build, and my sons absolutely love doing them, mostly my oldest. So we did start some mammoth sunflowers. I have them in the front right now just to kind of grow them. Once they get a little bit bigger, we are going to put them at the back of our fence line. We had some pretty windy storms, so we just used some leftover firewood to kind of hold down the greenhouse. Again, if you watched the video where I put it together, it's not the greatest. We kind of had to, as my husband would say, MacGyver it. So we've got stones on one side holding the plastic down. We've got wood opening or holding down the openings, and it is great. It does the job for now is to eventually transplant these. I just need to make a decision and stick with it. I'm constantly changing my mind as to which kind of raised beds I would like, or how I would like them to look, or where they're going to be placed. I just need to buckle down and make that decision. I am going to have to start separating them. I wanted to make sure that we had a very, very high germination rate, so we started quite a few seeds. As you can tell, we probably have too many. We'll probably be giving away some of them, so I'm just extremely grateful for the progress that we've made. Thank you so much for spending the morning with us. This is what a typical morning looks like for us nowadays during the week. If you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.